Okay. All right. 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 Can you see me? Can you hear me? Exactly. Can you? I don't know if you can. I spent an hour or 2 hours last night. An hour or 2 hours last night working on the sound, hoping everything's going to be all right. Okay, yes, exactly. So, thank you very much for coming. This is Lewis Schaffer. This is Lewis Schaffer. This is the most Can you hear me? Let's start there. Number one, can you hear me? Number one. Number two, is there a delay? Okay, that's about a 10-second delay. We can hear you. We can see you. Wow, such enthusiasm from Lucy up there in Northern Ireland. Well, thank you very much. How are we doing? Is there much of a delay from? I don't know whether you can hear it, even a delay. All right, maybe you can't hear it, but it's about 10 seconds. It used to be 60 seconds between what we said here, what's going on in the Lewis Schaffer Studio 2. This is the main studio. Studio 2 versus Studio 1, where I record the radio show, me and Paul, where we record the radio show, which has been on the air for 16 years, and we want you to listen to it. So I'm doing that here. If there's does the sound as good as it used to be? Let's see. We can hear you. Thank you. Alan Williams. Can you see me? Vatanai is already making that kind of joke. There should not be a delay. No calls from GB News. Maybe I should call them. I just want to see if I'm wanted. Maybe I'm not wanted. We don't know. Maybe it's the best for the company. Maybe they've been told by Ofcom, don't have that guy Lewis Schaffer. He's bad news. That's possibly what has happened. I'm moving this over here. Can you see me? I'm going to make me a little bit higher. Can you see me? No, so I'm not there, Lewis. So there's no Zingo. Good to hear from you, Zingo. Hello, beautiful Leanne is here. Beautiful Leanne. Zingo. Keith. Claire. Zingo. More comments. So what we did last night, I'm not going to say who I work with because I didn't ask her if I could say that she gave me a hand. I shouldn't, but I'm a secretive man. And there's always like an underlying secret with me. Do you know that there's always a secret? I'm trying to live like a secret life. No one needs to know of my love or loves or what I'm doing in my private time. You don't need to know. Hello, Daryl M. Good to see you. You don't need to know. Do you need to know? Do you want to know? I'll tell you. You'll find out later on when it hits the newspapers. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. I told you. I pretty much have said a lot of things, not everything, but a lot of different things. Anyway, so if the sound sounds good, then we're good because we unhook the microphone. We unhook the microphone, and we're good. A gentleman never tells which lady gives them a hand. Yeah. Keith Bexley, very funny. Yeah, it was just a hand with this thing. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. Maybe that's why I'm not on GB News. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe they'll call me. Maybe they'll make a decision. Maybe they'll say, who knows what the story is. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to be able to walk down the street. It's bad enough. I think people are looking at me. Where's this thing go? Okay. I don't want to be known as being famous. I don't want to be famous. Do you guys want to be famous? Who wants to be famous? I mean, that's the weird thing about stand-up comedy is that you become famous. You tell people things, and then they remember it. It sounds a bit tinny. Does it sound a bit tinny? You're the only person who says it sounds a bit tinny. I'm going to ask you, stopping everything right now, does it sound a bit tinny? Okay. One. Does it sound tinny, Vatanai? Yes or no? Joe says it does sound tinny. Okay, that's not good. Doodles, does it say, is it tinny? Lorna says no, it's not tinny. I hate to be famous, no sort of problem. Okay. No, Daryl says no. So the majority of people says it doesn't sound tinny. Doodles says it doesn't sound tinny to Doodles. So a few people think it's tinny. Yes, Joe says it's tinny, and Keith says it's tinny. Who else says it's tinny? Only a little bit tinny. It's not good. It's not good. I thought it was all cleaned up, but it's not all cleaned up. It's not cleaned up. I mean, that's now I'm not happy. Oh my God, it's another bad day. I'm listening on my phone, so it shouldn't be able to comment. Ignore me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm asking a question I need to know. It's not tinny, but there is a slight distortion. Maybe turn it down a little bit. What the sound? Okay, let's try there. Is it tinny? Joe, Lewis, us with tinny will live with. No, I want people who are turning in on the thing. They've got to have good hearing, otherwise they won't listen to it. And I want it to be the best it can possibly be. Is it their end? Is it their end, Ruben? That's what we need to know. Is it tinny? I put the volume down, okay? Is it okay? I'm going to start again. Everybody, time out. Everybody, time out. Does the sound tinny? Okay, we're starting now. Hi, Lewis. Sound is excellent. The picture is excellent. Thank you very much, Sam. S. Lucy says, this is what happens when you pick up all your hardware in the street. Actually, that is not... Well, it's secondhand hardware, Lucy. It is. I mean, the microphone, which is here, you can't really even see the microphone, but the microphone was 70... Whoops, now I picked it up and it's off. Whoops. Okay. Okay. I know the microphone I got at CEX in Peckham. I paid £75 for it. That was, I know what you're thinking. This Lewis Schaffer's rich. He's rich. It was £75, and the computer was my son's, the producer. He gave me one of those. I disconnected pretty much everything. Okay, so we're gonna believe for this show for the next 2 hours that it is not tinny. Okay. What I found on the street today, I found apples. I ate apples that had fallen off of a tree and landed in the street right by Peckham Rye Park, and I had 2 of them. I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to tell you this. But I bit away the rotten part. This, where the worm is. I bit it away, and I ate the rest. And there were 2 of them. Well, one was a small one, about that big, and the other one was a medium-sized one. Apples. This is the apple season. I woke up this morning. Thank you so much for asking, Zingo. But I woke up this morning and I weighed 76.5 pounds, which is pretty much the exact thing I weighed yesterday. And I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm looking as good as I can look at my age. I'm not, we have very few young girls watching this thing. I mean, maybe because it's not politically correct, and also because I'm not famous in that community. But also, the fact is that I'm looking as good as I can look. So I'm looking good for you girls. Kerry Mack, I'm looking good for you. For Leanne, I'm looking good for Leanne. I'm looking good for Joodles and Claire. Okay. And as I'm eating them, I'm thinking of what Claire said to me. She said, don't. And I actually went out looking for the apples. I ate 150 grams. If you go to the Lewis Schaffer page, where is this? The page. Can you see that? Can you see the page? On Twitter, Lewis Schaffer. Go to Lewis Schaffer, and you'll see what I had for breakfast. Okay, I don't have many carbs for breakfast. So I had a few naughty apples and I had 3 plums, which is about maybe 40 grams of plums. Only 3. Normally I'd have, I mean, obviously I would have had more if they were easy to find, but I just said no. I knew you'd give him a bollocking, Claire. Yes, yeah, I should get a bollocking. On the way back, there's a shop right across the street from me, and I walked in the shop, corner shop, and it's a very good corner shop. It's very nicely maintained. It's quite good. And I walked right out, Claire, so I did not have anything in there. And this morning I woke up. I should take my shirt off. I look amazing. I look amazing. Zingo says I'm a handsome brute. I only wish I was a brute. I'm not a brute. I'm not a brute. I wish I was a brute. You know, like and I wish I was. Not rare. At the farm I volunteer at, Kerry Macca says, we keep being given us cooking apples. We keep being giving us coffee apples for the animals, cooking apples for the animals, and people keep making us apple crumbles too. Well, can I say this? An apple crumble is amazing. Is amazing. So I'm with you, Kerry Macca. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, it's a bad thing. Claire, first of all, let me just say something about apple crumble. Let me also say apple crumble from Weatherspoons. Delicious, but too many calories. It's too many calories. It's too much carbs, but it is delicious. We got to get over the deliciousness of the food. I think to myself, this is what Lewis Schaffer thinks. I'm acting in a bit frisky way because I didn't get much sleep last night, so this is, maybe you'll be noticing. Anyway, what was I saying? We've got to be thin. We've got to be thin, and you're fat. I'm talking to the people who are watching this thing, the club members who are here every single day, and the people who are listening occasionally. You're all fat. You don't think you're fat, but you're fat until I see you in person, until I see you on my bed here at in Nunhead, in Peckham, Nunhead/Peckham. You got to get skinny. We all have to get skinny. I'm the skinniest I've been since I was 18 years old. And I'm so pleased with myself. I've had 2 days in a row at 76. 2 days in a row. Because I want to be healthy. I want to live forever. I want to give the people out there the love that you need. Daddy Bannister, hot dogs and chips here in a moment, I guess. I wish I had crumbles. Do they have apples there? And probably they don't have apples in Laos, or maybe they do. They can grow it everywhere nowadays. When I open my fridge, says Zingo, it is packed with large trifles, peach and custard. Yeah. Well, I never had custard when I was a kid. I didn't have custard in America. In America, I didn't have it, and so I never had custard. But custard is amazing. I'm bigger than last week. I'm effed off with myself, says Leanne. Yeah, okay, you're bigger than last week. Well, you've got to say to yourself, Leanne, I want to be beautiful for Lewis Schaffer, and I want to be beautiful for Claire, because she's helping us be thin and beautiful. They call custard creme anglaise on the continent. Aren't they fancy, Malteseville? Aren't those continentals really fancy? They call it that now. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. France is dead. Whatever. And it's not going to last. Never be effed off with yourself, says Joe. Well, you have to be. You have to be. Like when I had the pizza 2 or 3 days ago. I was like disgusted. And so I haven't had pizza since. You need to be disgusted with yourself. Years ago, Ian Higgs is here. We have not seen Ian in a little bit, but it's good to see you, Ian. Thank you for coming in. Years ago, I ran the Berlin Marathon, but halfway round, I hit the wall. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Leanne, Malteseville says, well done. It's amazing, says Leanne to Malteseville. Yeah, you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. You gotta be. Remember that song? All I know is love will save the day. Liz Bentley. Oh gosh. Hello, Liz Bentley. Liz Bentley can come sitting in this chair next to me. She's a fabulous comedian. Liz, are you the Liz Bentley that is the comedian that Lewis Schaffer loves? Anyway, hi Lewis, you're such a star. The show is impressive. Do you think the show is impressive? I don't think the show, but you've only come today. It's a good day today. I think the sound is okay. But thank you, Liz Bentley. And I'm not fat either. Okay, I have met Liz Bentley many times, of course, and she is not fat. She's delicious and delightful. She's got a fantastic smile, and she's a lovely, lovely person. Liz Bentley. So let me write down that you were here and that make sure, because you live in the neighborhood, you could come by. You could come by. Liz Bentley is a love machine. Not Liz Bentley. Lewis Schaffer is a love machine. Yes. Okay. Don't worry, Leanne. I've started weighing my food. This is what Lud says. This is Lud speaking to Leanne. Weighing my food every day. I have to admit my food has put on weight. That's another funny joke. Yeah, because you don't realize how much we're eating. That's why I say, what is the number one rule of losing weight? You got to get one of those apps to know what you're eating. You don't know. You don't know whether you're hungry or you're overeating. That's what happened to me. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we've got to do. We've got to know how much we're eating. How much we're eating. Okay? I wasn't expecting impressive to land on that list. You know what? I don't think this show is impressive, but it is nice. We've done 86. This is our 86th straight show. The sound picks up. The sound was really good for a long time, and then I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know. I'm not going to say who helped me. I should say that, but I could keep it a secret. Maybe I shouldn't keep whatever. If that person wants me to tell you who helped me, don't call him or her. Lewis, can you ask Angela, Tony Rayner, Tony Scoom on your show? She's a superstar, so the MPs tell us. You know what? She's SUC Tory. I don't know. No, she's horrible. She's everything that's wrong with the Tory party. She's a working class person who's looking to make money and screw the rest of this country. That's what they do. They don't care about this country. They're not patriotic for the people living in this country. They're patriotic for foreigners who come to move. Anyway, sorry. I missed what you said. It's curry night again, so I'm doomed. Well, somebody had, I'm not going to mention who it was, somebody had curry last night, and I asked in a gentle way. I thought it was a gentle way. I said, are you having rice with it? She said she's having rice with it. And that's not good. That's not good. You can have curry as long as you don't have... The sauce is not right because it's made with seeds. It's ground seeds. Cooked ground seeds. Lewis, this might make you smile, period. I used to get really down when you weren't on GB News, and now I'm actually chatting with you. Still amazed by that alone. That you're chatting with me. I'm such a celebrity. And all the lovely people I've gotten to know here. That's fantastic. That is really fantastic. I mean, I'm a great guy. Am I a great guy? Well, am I? I'm honored to be talking to you. I'm honored that every person is watching this. That's really makes me so happy. It's the highlight of my day. I don't do anything but this, basically. I mean, I do stuff but this. Ian won't have rice. Okay, well, there you go. Oh, you're going to have Bombay potatoes. I don't know what that is. But potatoes are slightly better than rice. Rice has arsenic, but not all rice. I was lectured that not all rice has arsenic. I mean, what do you hit on the nail on the head, Kerry Mack. I totally agree. I guess that's about me. You don't have to eat the rice or the naan bread. Yeah, I remember going out. They give you a bit of what's the bread that's hard, crusty, in the Indian places, and you think to yourself, why am I eating this? It's horrible, but you eat it. Now Liz Bentley says you are impressive. All these lovely fans chatting. Yeah, I mean, that's not, maybe it's because of me, but maybe it's like, these are all people. Yeah, they've all gotten to know each other, and we're like a friend, Papa Dom's, right? Thank you, Kerry Macker. Yeah, it's like, Papa Dom's are bad because no one ever goes to Sainsbury's to buy Papa Dom's to have it to eat at home. They'll only eat it in the Indian place, but I like them. I used to like them. I used to like them with the sauce, whatever, the apricot, Pete. What is that sauce that they have? I used to love that thing. Papadum or naan. My naan bread, I just would just eat. How do you say no to it? You got to say no. I haven't been to an Indian restaurant in a couple of years because you just say no. Mango sauce, that's what it is, Leanne. Thank you. Mango sauce is amazing, and you put it on the papadum. But if we want to be thin, I want to show you my naked body. I can't. You can't see it. But maybe I should post a picture of just me topless in my bathroom. But my bathroom's a bit of an embarrassment because I haven't painted the walls. It's like it's ex-council. You don't want to know how I'm living. You don't want to know that. Behave, says Ruben. I've invited one of my Jewish friends in from the USA. Where in the USA are they from, Ruben? Where in the USA? In the USA, and born in the USA. That's what I meant. Papadums, Kerry Macker. They're great, but not good for you. No, they're not. Any kind of bread is not good for you, and especially papadums, which I think are fried. Are they fried? I hoovered up the papadums on the first date. It frightened him. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it's scary to guys. Guys don't want a fat chick, so don't be fat. Don't be fat. No one be fat. Shame on you for being fat. We need to fight the people who are making us fat. All those dirty, dirty globalists. They want us to eat bread. They don't want us to eat red meat. Vatanai says, naan bread, paratha, roti, and chapati. Now I want some. No, we don't. I forget. I used to be that way too. You mentioned food. I'd say, I got to go eat some food. I was a 24-hour eater. But now I'm not a 24-hour eater. People are speaking to Claire, but what did Claire say? Claire's good with the food. Mango chutney, says Alan Williams. It's always good to hear your name. Joe, you go girl. Period. Papadums are SHI. Yes. Nothing wrong with an ex-council until they want to do work on the block and it costs a fortune, which is the same thing here. Same thing here. I'm paying it on the Never Never, I hope. Lewis. I'm still not fat. Joe. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Beautiful. You're not fat. I'm going to do you. I hardly eat bread now, but bread is better than starving. No, it's not better than starving. No, bread is not. It's mildly better, but eventually you get diabetes and you die. So bread is not better than starving. Red raw meat. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Liz, for reminding me of to speak to the council. Council, Ray, Major Works. You're totally on. Yeah, it's really bad here over there. Papadums are made from chickpeas. Are they really? Lucy knows so much. I'm going to check to see if they're made with chickpeas. Can I check? This is not an insult, Lucy. I don't know if they are. They aren't. I don't know if they are. They aren't. Let's see. Let's see what it's made with. Papadums. Can we check that out? I shouldn't be questioning you. Papadums. Make papadums. Make pop. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. Papadums. How to make papadums. So I was wrong about papadums. Yeah, Judel. Lucy knows so much. I'm still going to check. That doesn't mean I don't respect her. What flour? Papadums are primarily made from lentil flour, dal flour, but can also be made from chickpea, rice, tapioca, or potato flour, often with added spices. I did not know that. So a round of applause for Lucy. It's not made with, I guess, chickpeas and lentil. Yeah. We need to learn about food. So That doesn't mean it's not high carb. We'll find out how many carbs there are in it. Can I find out how many carbs? Papa, a plain Papadom from Tesco, let's say 100 grams, which is a lot of Papadoms, has 51, it's 50% carb. So even though it's made with not grain flour, not wheat flour, it still has lots of carbs. I had steak salad and homegrown tomato last night. Then I just went tits up from there, literally. Tits up. I'm glad you guys are here. It is helping, even only my weight, even if only a little, with my weight right now. Big hugs, guys. Yeah, here's what you do. First of all, what does a steak salad mean? What is the salad? Never eat a salad. It's made with plants. They make you hungry. Homegrown tomato. Why have a tomato? Why have a tomato, Leanne? That's the thing. That's the thing that makes you hungry. Why do they give you Papadoms at the beginning of a meal? To make you hungry, to make you appreciate the food more. Joe gives hugs back to Leanne. Okay. The Sovatanai says, my Indian colleague said where she comes from, roti and paratha was made at home and was the only thing poor homes could make. Yeah, because they don't care about people in India. Because if they cared about people, if people cared about themselves, they wouldn't settle for eating horrible food. They're one of the sickest countries in the world, India. The levels of diabetes is horrible. So, we have to fight for meat, red meat and eggs. Go to Lewis Schaffer at Twitter and find out what I had. See a picture. He was born and bred on Long Island. We're in Long Island. That's where I'm from. I went to uni in upstate New York too, and now Florida base. Could be me. Well, not Florida base, but he left this. He left the whole state. Is this an episode of Sunday? This is the best episode of Sunday Brunch ever. Well, the problem is, that's funny, says Joodles, but the problem is, my talking about this might not be helping because you're saying, you can't avoid food. You just got to think about food. You got to think this food's not. Ask Claire, what do you do so we don't think about food? She's busy. Claire is busy giving Leanne a big hug. Giving a big hug. Well, because she's bigger now than she was yesterday. Lewis. So you hoover them up with the onion salad and mint sauce stuff, and you lose your appetite. Why do they do that? That is actually not true, Joe. That is not true. You never lose your appetite on carbs. Carbs make people want to eat more. They basically mess with the mitochondria. They disintegrate the leptins, so they make you hungry. They tell the body. And here's a joke coming in as a bad joke. Lucy used to have the best jokes, but she's been polluted by Russ and all you other guys. But Lucy says this. What did Madonna say to the sanctimonious Indian snack? Papa Dom don't preach. Kerry Macker finds that funny. Claire finds that funny. I find it funny. I'm going to put the ground beef on. Yeah, don't even put it on. Just eat it raw. I had 150 grams of it wasn't raw. It wasn't raw. But, I tried to eat today for breakfast. Breakfast to me is at 12 or 1. I had ground beef, 150 grams, and about 130 grams of lamb that I bought at Sainsbury's. And I fried the lamb because I'm not used to eating raw lamb. I will eat beef raw. Red Knight says, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Lewis, it depends how much of them you eat. As I said, I shocked my date. Well, why did you eat so much? Because they are Moorish. Why are they Moorish? Because they're sugar. And sugars basically tell the body that wintertime is here. The fall fruits and vegetables are here. I don't know if we're going to be able to go a full 2 hours today because I didn't get any sleep last night. But I'm just telling you in advance. So let's get it all in now, just in case. Lewis, it depends. Why do you eat so much of these papadums? You eat them because they have sugar in them, and sugar is what the trees of summer and fall have. And they basically tell the northerners, which we are, that we should eat as much as we can because we're going to be hungry. We're going to be hungry. We have to be hungry. Leanne, okay. Joodles, didn't get much sleep. Stressful day at work. No Jack Daniels left. Why is that? No Jack Daniels left. Maltese film. Okay. I saw my dad's bloods drop to 1.4 today. It was scary. The nurse says it's the lowest she's ever seen in all her years. Diabetes is nasty. That's not diabetes. That's anti-diabetes. That's hypoglycemia. That's low blood sugar. What is the matter with your dad? But that's really, really low. Maltese Phil, says Carrie Mack. Work can be stressful for sure. I had one of those days too. It can be. I'm a bit stressed out here. Could be stressed out here. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. What's going on there? Okay. Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. A lot of us didn't sleep well. It's the end. We're in a wartime situation, so it's very stressful. It's also, you speak to people and they get you all excited. The first two are over. The third can be resolved, Phil. You've got this lunacy in the meantime. What are those war? What is that? What are you talking about? Stressful day at work. No Jack Daniels. Yeah. Would you explain what you mean by that, Joodles? 7th of September is a blood moon. We know they like their dates. 7th of September. What is the blood moon? You might want to explain that. That's also the EBS day. What is the EBS day? What does that mean? Claire comes in and says, when you see something you want to eat and it's full of calories, Claire is following a different diet than I'm following. I'm the anti-carb. Just worry about the carbs first, and worry about the calories. But you can't replace white starch. You can't replace meat with white starch, even if it's less calories. That's why the Indians are so unhealthy. When you see something you want to eat and it's full of calories, just tell yourself it will make you upset or angry. Okay, when you look in the mirror, it's only one is rubbish. It becomes 2 and 3. Well, that's true. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. They're Moorish. They're addictive. They turn off the body's ability to say you've eaten too much. So, like when you said you had whatever, you just guzzled the papadums because they're 51% carbs. That's very high in carbs. Okay, how many carbs are in meat? Practically zero. Back at you, Phil. But Weekend Sleepover loves you more. And she's, talking about the girl. And she's there, so all is well. We don't know. She could change, women change their mind too, Joodles. I know you think it's just some guy. No, you don't think this, but a lot of girls think it's just a guy who changes his mind. But girls go, you know what, this guy's not the right guy for me. Emergency broadcast day. What does that mean? Carbs, bread, cancer, say red night. It's sugar, basically. Red night is totally right. Carbs cause irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes cancers to grow. Yeah. Very bad. Not in that. That's basically not exactly it, but it is it. I woke up in the night and couldn't get back. Ref moon. I'll Google. Ref moon. What does that mean? Red nights. This is Leanne. Isn't there any way to turn off the ability for them to send you the alert? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're sending alerts on that day. They're sending alerts. They just want to know where you are. They want to tell you what to do. Probably, possibly. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. We'll catch you all tomorrow. No, you said, you know what, Laura, don't say goodbye. Please don't say goodbye. It makes Lewis, your host, so unhappy. Don't go. I'm just going to say, don't go, please. Red Knight. Yes, Leanne. Um, YouTube short will explain. You're talking to Leanne. Lewis didn't really mean to make your day worse there, Phil, by saying weekend sleepover might F you off. Probably. Well, yeah, but you don't. What are you saying? You're saying his date, the date he's got a huge crush on in that island, is gonna mess with Phil, Maltese Phil. No, I don't think. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Lewis, Red Moon on September 7th, on 7th September. Also the day of EBS. Okay, I know what EBS is, where they basically want to track where everybody is, so they can. I mean, I'm not saying this. You may not be able to say anything. I mean, it's basically Lewis didn't bother me, Joodles. It didn't bother you. Okay, well, are you still seeing the girl? Seeing the girl. Anyway, shall we talk about Angela Rayner, or have all the stations and newspapers already done that for us? Well, tell me something about Angela Rayner. She has £5 million in houses. She didn't pay her taxes on the house. Not that we're in favor of taxes. Okay? She didn't pay it. Where is she getting the money from? That's 3 houses that could be given, or 2 houses that could be given to poor people. But she's holding on to. It should be given to Muslim immigrants who hate us, which she's in favor of. Angela Rayner is a horrible, horrible person. She's got 3. I mean, she's like a poor man's version of what's her name? The American woman who's got all the money. What's her name? This show is like the only show left after the zombie apocalypse. Alan Williams says, yes. Kind of that's way, yeah. It's like it's like the old, what is the old radio they used to have back in the day? What do they call that? Ham radio. We're picking up ham radio. Not AOC, the other woman. The woman who was head of the Senate, who she dropped out because people didn't like her anymore. Then the new Democrats are taking over, who are communists. Actual I mean, all people are communists, or tend to be. Her whole flat has been graffitied. Excuse the spelling. Nancy Pelosi. That's right, Red Knight. See, Nancy and Elizabeth Warren, all these old CB radio is something else. It's something else. That's more local than that. Okay? They're all evil. Yeah, they're evil because they're telling us that they're great people, and we're not. Or you're not. I'm on a higher social class than all of you people. Okay, Rayner should be sacked. She didn't pay her taxes. She also stole the money from her disabled son too. I don't hear that. Is that alleged, or is that true, Kerry Macker? She needs to go. Well, they all need to go. There are a million of them. They're all horrible. They're all horrible. There's the demonstration on the 13th, which I know it says a free speech, but it's not just about free speech. We're not fighting for free speech. We're fighting for our country. Nancy Pelosi, thank you very much, Lucy. I've got a video which I'm going to play, or we're going to save it for Christmas. Lucy sent me a video, and I'd like to play it, but I don't know if I'm afraid to play it. I'm afraid my WhatsApp will come up and it'll show me talking to people, And if you have trouble sleeping, try replaying one of the shows. I guess it's really a low volume, and drift off. I was watching it the other day, and I'm thinking, this is not that good. This is not that good. This is not, especially when we have bad sound. I'm going to have to listen to the sound. Can't wait to hear all about it, Phil. Within the realm of gentlemanliness, of course. You don't have to be gentlemanly, Phil. I know some of us are pretending to be gentlemanly, but we want to hear the details. Yes, Lewis, she used the funds from a disabled son's trust fund type thing, which she was meant for his supported living. Oh my God, that's so horrible. to make any changes. It was her son's money for him, not her. Well, she'll say that she was using it for her son. And why did she have a disabled son? What was the matter with the disabled son? Because she was, that's interesting, Liz Bentley. Yes, that's a good idea, re-listening to Lewis, to try to get back off to sleep. But they're adverts. Should I turn the adverts on? I don't even know why. Maybe I forgot to turn the adverts on here. Oh, I'm such a bad man. Let me turn the adverts on. I should have turned the adverts on. Hold on, don't go anywhere. That's what I have to do. I got to turn the adverts on. It doesn't go on automatically. Thank you very much. YouTube Studio, YouTube Analytics. I press Analytics. I go to Content. I go to Live. I shouldn't be telling you all this, or maybe it doesn't matter. And I press Monetization. I press this on. I press Save. Does it ask me any questions? It doesn't ask me any questions. Okay, so let's get back on track. Okay, so here we go. She didn't steal it, but she did make it. So she could sell her house shares to her son in order to buy her new pad. How is that in moral consciousness best for her son? Yeah, maybe it's right. I mean, Leanne, it's a good point. You can't trust these people. She's, whatever. Kerry Mack says, I also think she admitted this on TV. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, you're worse if you don't admit it. You got to admit it, Kerry Mack. Rayner praised the NHS while suing them for the compensation when she spent it on a house. She wanted compensation. I don't know. Well, we shouldn't have a National Health Service. No, turn them off for nighttime listening. Turn them off. I should turn them off. I should turn them off. Well, you'll tell me why I should turn off the monetization. You're going to come in here, monetization. You're going to come here and tell me. Because we've done shows before. We've done lots of different things before, Liz Bentley and I. She admitted it. She admitted it, Kerry, says Joodles. Both Kama and Angela Rayner are members of the Fabian Society. They're fake communists, real communists. As well as the judge on the ruling for the Bell Motel, which must be a conflict of interest. Yeah, the fact that they're appointed. It's communism. I'm against it totally. How does the thing sound? Does the thing sound okay? Claire, this may sound mean, but I wish she wouldn't wear children's party dresses and look unprofessional. I will now have a visit from the police. Yeah, she dresses really badly, and she's a bit fat. She has fat. She should come on this show. I'll tell you how to be thin. I'll even tell her, even if she's a Fabian. Claire, this may sound okay. That's what Joe said to Claire. Claire said, anyway. So Donna, George Orwell, who was also a lefty, but self-named the book 1984 as he predicted the Fabian Society 100 years upon its founding in 1884. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We've been warned. I was a communist when I was young. I was that way. I used to believe in all of that stuff. I grew up during the Vietnam War era. I was anti-Nixon. I was a full-on Democrat. And now I'm not. Now we're not. We've learned something. We've all moved on. So Fabian Society appears to be a dangerous thing. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. How they're letting in anybody into the country without checking who they are. And even if they check who they are, they're dangerous. They hate us. They hate us. Anyway, Keith Bexley says, and something about valuing the house deed on $650,000, which is the threshold for tax. Yeah. So probably maybe worth more. Is that what you're saying, Keith Bexley? I'm convinced there are loads of stuff, Judel says to Donna. That we'd be better off not knowing. Yeah, yeah, Joodles is right. Yeah, we don't want to know this thing. Joodles doesn't want to know that I love her. Okay, there's no point burying your head in the sand. Joodle. No, there's no point. We need to know. She and the entire government didn't admit it for 2 weeks, though. Yeah, keep it a secret as long as you can. Depends on how much you need. $2 a day, Lewis. That's the advertising. Yeah, the advertising. I'm making £2 a day. Is it $2 a day? Yeah. So you think I should turn it off? Rayner says this. Well, you know what you could do. You could give me 10 pence a day. You can give me 10 pence. Okay. I don't like Rayner at all, says Kerry Macca. And here in Northern Ireland, where Kerry Macca lives, it's even worse. They all carry on like the kids in the playground. I can imagine this. They think they're helping people, but they're not helping people. Joodles goes, I hear that, Donna. Joodles, this is Joodles talking. But when we can't control or change any of it, it just makes us rage. We don't talk about it that much here. Do we talk about it here? We'll talk about it here for a couple of more minutes. Because it makes us happy to know that all these people who are so much better than us, and that's what labor people are. They're like better than us. They think they're better than us because they are trying to supposedly help people, quotation marks. And they're not. Here's what Lucy has to say. Angela Rayner, been in here before. She went by the name Holly Hills. Yeah, Holly Hills. She's like here just to mess people up. Probably you're totally right. And she has a disabled kid. What is the matter with her kid? Can somebody tell me? So I don't have to look and I can keep on talking to you people, please. What is the matter with her kid? Is it a psychological problem? Is it, whatever it is? I mean, you're not going to make fun of her because she's got a bad kid or a kid who's disabled, but you want to know. But she's deputy prime minister and clearly fiddling. She has like 30 members of staff, Keith Bexley says. That's a lot of members. Yeah, she's the deputy whatever. She's got people running around and doing horrible things, and she's fiddling. Or appears to be fiddling. We don't know this to be true. And I'm a comedian. We can't take anything that I say seriously, except everything that I say seriously. You can't even take when I say everything that I say seriously. You can't take what I say anyway. I see you get money from them, of course. I didn't get that, of course. You need them on, but it's only £2 a day. I'm thinking when I get millions, I'll be prepared for it. But are you getting, I don't know. Then I'll just have to listen live and listen to something else at night. You know what? I don't like collecting money. I know I'm a Jew and everything. I know you're thinking, I don't want to. I'm just so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here. If you don't want to, if you can't be here because it's too much money or whatever it is, just tell me. Just tell me what it is, and I'll change it. Is that wrong? Am I being wheelie here, Lewis? Did Angelina's house get vandalized? I don't know, Daddy Bannister. You're up in Laos. I didn't hear this. I should read the newspaper more. We're at 33. We're doing all right. It's a Thursday. We're doing all right. But we got a lot of people on the stream who are like members. 10 pence a day. We're here every day. If you don't come in every day, you can send, I don't know. I don't want to get, I'm into the money. Anyway, what's the difference between colors of the stars next to our name? I do not know. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Does anybody know what the colors mean? You need the money. It's your job. It's not my job because nobody has hired me to do this. So you can't call it a job, Leanne, but I do appreciate that. My job is to make us thin and beautiful. If I had to think, well, what am I going to give my life up? I say, let's be thin and beautiful because it's meant a huge change to me. 10 pence a day is good value. Yeah. It seems like a lot because it's £3 a month. And you think, oh my God, this is going to go on forever. But you can always cancel it. You can always cancel it. So what am I asking? Is this my job? Is this my job? And I don't know. I guess it is. I don't know. I don't know. Shank says, remember the day he had a hard time saying he wouldn't do Diane Abbott? Yeah, dear, I remember that day, Joodles. I remember that. I don't remember that day. It was a while ago. We're on 86 days. Um, yeah. I mean, I think she's pretty, but I think she's also, I don't like her ideology. That's what's so nice about this. I'm not going to say I've had three girlfriends, long-term girlfriends. And three of them were left wingers because I grew up as a left wing type person, and it's a left wing field, and I came to England. This is just in England. I never had a girlfriend until I moved here. How amazing is that? And they were left wing, and then the first one left me for other reasons. The second one got angry at me because someone accused me of being anti-gay, which I don't think I mean, I'm a bit anti-gay. I don't think it's a great thing for our nation right now, homosexuality. I don't think it should be banned. I think it should be done in privacy, maybe. She got upset and she says, whatever. I don't want you around. And then the other one, and Lisa, who's not my girlfriend, but I loved her. She just said, you're a Trump supporter. Okay. Can you be too thin? I think most people have a long way to go. Long way to go before they're too thin. What do you guys think? Answer the question. What do you think, Ruben? Can you be too thin? I mean, you could be too thin that you stop menstruating, maybe. Yeah, Shanks is here. Hello, Shanks. Is there a picture of me as Iggy Pop on Discord? Okay, I'll go to Discord because that's what I mean, he looks horrible. He's got that fleshy, skinny thing. Can you be too skinny? I don't know. Are we answering the question? Daddy, I'll see you later. Everybody, let's give Daddy a round of applause and a wave goodbye. He's listening from Laos, which is a small country between Vietnam and Thailand. So, and I think it touches Cambodia too, maybe. Okay. So thank you. Penny Mordaunt likes the WEF. Isn't she conservative? Yeah. Liz, who is a comedian. Yes, it's your job. You are a unique personality. Yes, you can be too thin. It's called anorexia. Yes. And I remember, I don't know whether Liz is old enough to remember, but I remember when I was a kid, it was the disease of the day was anorexia. I mean, trans would be the disease of the day if they thought it was a disease. Yeah. Penny Morden. Yeah, you don't want a woman to look at you and say, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you because you're right wing. I go, they accuse me of changing, and I don't think I changed. I mean, I did change. I mean, I was very left wing at uni, but then as I got older, even when I'm in my early 20s, I said no, and then Rand Paul. What's his name? Not Rand Paul, his dad. Who's Rand Paul's dad? Queers for Palestine are stupid. Have they seen what happens to queers in Palestinian territory? No, they don't know. They do know. They think it's not going to, or they think they deserve it. China's up north, yeah. But where you, yes, China, does it touch China? Daddy Bannister. Yeah, they know they're going to be killed. They know they're going to be killed. They think they deserve it because they're English people. And they've been rich. That's what English people think. We're a rich country. They want to be like America. They're not a rich. Ron Paul. Single step. Good to see you. Thank you for listening, Ron. Ron Paul says single step. Yeah, I voted for that guy in 1984. I voted for him in 1984. I voted for Jimmy Carter, who was kind of sort of a communist, in 1980. in 1976. In 1976, I was 18 years old in 1976, and I voted for him. They accuse me of changing. I don't think I changed. I mean, I did change. Yeah, we all have. I don't know how you could listen to what the crap that I'm speaking. We're changing. We're changing. Haven't you changed, Jules? Of course you changed. Lewis, what did you think of the big military show China did when Putin and Kim visited him? I was quite worried. Them soldiers looked really scary, to be honest. Yeah, but they're a communist country, and like all communist countries, they eventually fall into poverty. So I'm not worried about it. America has China basically surrounded. They got Taiwan, the Philippines, Vietnam, South Korea, Japan. So I'm not particularly worried. I'm a bit worried. I'm more worried about what's happening in this country. Way more worried. Way more worried. Way more worried. Politics shouldn't decide friendship. It's Charles, exactly. And I've lost 3 or 4 or more really close friends. Really close friends. I mean, I'm not going to say Rose unfriended me because I think we're still very friendly, and she knows my feelings for Rose. But Lisa is like, I can't be friends with him. It was horrible. Right after Trump won, I can't be friends with you. I can't be on the same radio show as you, whatever. Okay? Okay. So what are you saying? He's a sack the Fed guy. I'm losing my place. Let me just get back on track. Ron Paul. Rand Paul. Is Ron Paul also sack the Fed guy? Well, he doesn't believe in a central bank. And you know what? The more I'm living, the neither do I. You can see they're not our friends, and they're part of the globalists, so screw them. I've seen tweets from you, Lewis, from years ago arguing that Marcus Brigstock about immigration. Okay, what did I say? I don't remember what I said. Was that you on the grassy knoll? Well, I used to like Kennedy. But, maybe the Kennedy today wouldn't have been the same Kennedy as was then. That crap you're speaking, says Jules, is exactly why we're here, Lewis. Never change that part. Well, it's crap. You're listening to crap. And I know you're listening to crap. And that's why if you ever want to argue with me, you can. You can. You could say, Lewis, I think you're talking crap. I don't go banished, banned, whatever it is. I don't do that. I don't think we should do that. We should try to talk and find out, and we can learn something. I've learned a lot from you, Jules. Leanne says, she's speaking to Maltese Phil. Yes, I do not get that. But I suppose all the Palestinians believe that their government thinks that not all Palestinians thinks. But even so, it's strange as they couldn't go there to help. Who can't go there to help? I do not get that, but I suppose not all Palestinians believe what their government says. Well, I think they have 70% of the vote, or more than that, and you can't be a Muslim and be pro-gay. So, yeah, they all believe it. They believe the religion tells them. The religion tells them to go into somebody else's country and take it over. That's what the Quran says. If you don't change as you get older, then something is very wrong, says MJZ. MJZ, welcome into the show. We all need to grow, yeah. Well, what do they say about getting older? They say when you're young and a conservative, you have no heart, and conservative small c. And when you're old and you're left, you have no brain. And a lot of these people have no brain. Maltese Phil was 3 in 1976. Yeah, I'm old, 68 years old. Yeah, Shanks, my 100th show. I'm surprised I've done 100 shows. I'm surprised you're still here listening to this. I'm surprised, not listening to me. A lot of you are listening to me, but you're listening to each other. And we've actually created something. I don't know what we've done. And yesterday we had like 400 or 500 people watch the show, even though the sound was horrible. I will watch your downfall. I'm from Portsmouth, Hampshire. Yeah, That's my team, Portsmouth. Harry Redknapp. Yes, I remember the victories the synchronized walking division had during the Normandy invasion. What is that? What are you talking about? First, let's get back to MJZ. Tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from. Tell us, are you fat? Are you fat? I'm like squeezing my belly as I'm saying this. Are you fat, MJZ? Are you fat? Am I pronouncing your name properly? Are you fat? Are you fat? Ruben asks, is Brooklyn still full of lefty Jews? New breed of lefty Jews. It was the lesbian capital of America was in Brooklyn. And a lot of rich people have moved in there. It's become like a rich, rich, rich place. When I lived there, it was on the way down. I was born there, and then I moved there in 1997. I lived in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Was I a rich Jew? I mean, it was great. Harry Redknapp. You met Harry Redknapp. That's fantastic. So did I. I went to a press conference when he was head of the Crystal Palace. I thought your team was Crystal Palace. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't wish Portsmouth well or any of this stuff. So let me back up a little bit. Lewis this is Claire. She's just so fantastic. It's just hot every day. We can't help it be hot. I can't help it. I can just sit there and eat. Liz Bentley says, I've got to go soon because I'm procrastinating getting on with editing my dystopian novel. You've written books. We're going to talk about that. It's very hard to go because this show is addictive. The show is addictive. Congratulations, Lewis. Well, let me say this. The people out there who do not know, when you see Liz Bentley's name, and she's going to come in and talk to me here. She's going to sit in the seat right here. She's a lovely, lovely, lovely. She's a bright, smiley woman. You know, she reminds me of Claire. Bright smile, very thin, beautiful. You know, hardworking, great personality. Yeah, so she's great. We had a lot of good times at the COVID deniers meeting back in the day. Anyway, so Kerry Mack is laughing at Liz. I only learned what that word meant recently. I was doing that for a while. Yeah. Well, look at me. Look at how Lewis Schaffer is a major procrastinator. Procrastination means I'm going to actually do it, but I'm probably not even going to do it. That's exactly my point, Joodles says to Alan Williams. That's exactly my point, Alan. I'm sure parish councils start out with the best of intentions, but by the time they get to city council, they're already grifting, and Westminster, totally corrupt. Or even Southwark, they build on parks, on green spaces. They cut down trees for burial space, which is wrong. And they dig up old white Anglo-Saxon graves. They dig up graves. People who were meant to be buried forever, they dig up, or they bury people on top of them, and you can't find the graves anymore. Daniel Levy has just resigned. Well, that's Tottenham. Is that Tottenham, Daniel Levy? Lewis, you see the good in the world. Everything is free will. Yes, but it's hard to do free will. I remember Mary McCarthy. Have you ever heard of Mary McCarthy? Where she said she believes in free will. She believes that people can do what they want to do. And what can people do? She said they can raise their hand in the air. They can raise their hand in the air. The rest of the stuff is impossible to do. I'd love to do that one time. It would be a pleasure. Thank you, Liz Bentley. I'm going to call you. Okay? I'm going to call you. Lucy comes in, and I love Lucy. You know that I love Lucy. Does Lucy know that I love Lucy? Anyway, someone on Twitter asked Grok who was the most famous person to visit their page. To their surprise, it was Elon Musk. Then I asked Grok, and it was Lewis Schaffer. Someone on Twitter asked Grok who was the most famous person to visit their page. And to their surprise, it was Elon Musk visited that person's. Then I asked Grok, and it was Lewis Schaffer. I don't know. Do you understand that? I don't understand that. I think you might have got 457 views on the show 84 because of the thumbnail of it. Yes. Okay. That's true. That's true. That's true because people thought, oh my God, I'm sick and dying. Even though I put right there that it's taken 10 years ago. That's what I used to look like. I used to look really horrible, Shanks. I had sleep apnea. I needed a mask. Imagine right now you're saying, I love you, Lewis. I want you. I want you. And then you come into, I got a mask on. We're naked in bed and I've got a mask. And that's all caused by that comes from diabetes. Sleep apnea comes from diabetes. It also, and then you go to the doctor and they lie to you. They lie to you. They tell you the reason you have sleep apnea is because your throat is closing, and we need to have this vent that pushes air in. But the more air you have breathing in, the more your body stresses out. So it causes high blood pressure and helps you die. CPAP machines. You can Google that. Okay? You can Google that. Okay? And so you should I should maybe make this. Close your mouth. Close your mouth when you sleep. Close your mouth when people who are very dumb people, and I used to be that way until I have in my hand 3M tape. Whatchamacallit? I put tape on my mouth, and I don't need a sleep apnea machine. I returned it. Julian is here. Are you somebody that I know? Why do I feel I know you? Lewis Schaffer talks true talk. Thank you, Julian. With a slice of humor. Well, I hope there's more slice of humor. Yeah. I hope so. But thank you very much, Julian. Where are you from? How old are you? And are you fat? That's the answer to the question. Are you fat? Why doesn't anybody answer these? I mean it seriously. Why can't you say I'm fat? Why can't you say I weigh this amount and I don't want to be this fat? This chocolate went past Ian Higgs at 100 miles an hour. It was a Ferrari Rocher. I guess Judas likes that. Or does he like what? I don't know. Both car and chocolate, 100, yeah. Leanne is laughing at that too. Sorry, Leanne, another bad joke. Not a bad joke. No joke is a bad joke. Unless it's not a funny joke, then it's a failed joke. Then it's not even a joke. Lewis can talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? About what? Yeah, no, I can't walk the walk. I eat carbs. I eat too much carbs. I can't walk the walk. I can't walk the walk. But thank you, Lewis. It means you are the most famous person to meet my page. Okay. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Who is saying that I was the most famous person to visit their page? What was the trigger for you to change your mind about communism after university, as it tends to indoctrinate most people to the left? Yes, this is Don Aylesbury. Yes, it does. It does. I guess I don't know what it was. I just, we're sitting there. That's a really good question. I mean, I grew up with communists. My uncle helped. I don't know if you know who Lenny Bruce is, but he was actually a prosecutor in San Francisco who switched sides to help Lenny Bruce defend himself on his free speech issue. My uncle, a guy named Arthur Schaffer, S-C-H-A. You can Google it. He was not famous, but he helped on the defense. Someone on Twitter asked Croc who their most famous person was to visit their page. Okay? Then you asked, and it was Lewis Schaffer. Is that a joke, Lucy, or is that the truth? Have I visited your page? Have I visited your page, Lucy? Thumbnail photos play a big part in the views on YouTube, apparently. Yeah. I just, lately, I don't think the show's been good enough. That's my own feeling. So I have to overcome it, and I put a picture up. So I need to put a very a better picture. But I don't want to put the work in. I'm lazy. So maybe you can put a picture up and send it to me and I'll use it. Then I'll pay you £3. Do we have takers for Julian for the Schaffer tour? He is lean. Is that what Julian said? I'm from Leeds. I'm 57 and I'm lean. Okay, there we go. A big round of applause. Did you see? Fantastic. I love Leeds. I performed there many times. Did you see me there? Now you look like death warmed up. Warmed up. Only kidding. A picture of health. Really, for your age. I mean, I don't look that great. I've got this thing. I'm not that great looking, but it's something. Dubes is looking lovely tonight. She is. She is lovely. She is lovely. I tried to make that joke, but I think I failed at that one. What joke was that? F in hell, Lucy. Yeah, so there you go. Well, maybe I'm stalking Lucy here. Most jokes can fail. Yeah, well, most jokes, if a joke fails, is it really a joke? Anyway, let me take a break. Let's take a 5-minute break. Everybody take a 5-minute break. Do not leave. I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to come back here. Lean from Leeds, says Joe. Good alliteration. That's another big word that you're learning. Oh my God, Lewis. What are you saying, Lucy? Don't talk. Don't talk. I'm going to get a drink and then come back, okay? Hello. Hello. I got distracted. I got distracted. I went into the kitchen and I'd done a load of laundry for me and my son, um, the young son, and I was hanging it up and I thought to myself, there's a live stream on. I can't be hanging up my clothes. I can't be hanging. I can't be hanging up my clothes. Anyway, can we go over here to Lewis Schaffer on Twitter? Can we go over here? Can we go? Are we all friends? Hey, can we like the stream? Can we like it? Can we subscribe to the stream? Can we maybe spend £30 a year or something, 10 pence a day to support Lewis Schaffer? That's in the join. Sean has subscribed. Can we subscribe, which is free? And it makes a huge difference because it means you're notified, which means more and more people can watch. Okay, can we do that? Can we do that? Can we go to Patreon? Patreon and look for Lewis Schaffer on Patreon. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? Okay, so he found out some new information that whatchamacallit, that who is the JMZ? Is that what he said? He's thin. He's thin. Anyway, Joodles is laughing huge time. She's laughing. She's laughing. Let her laugh. She wants to laugh. Anyway, so this is the tape that I use. It's called micropore tape, and this has been used. But can you see the tape? And I take the tape like this. If do you have sleep apnea? You have trouble sleeping at night? You take the tape, okay? And I'll tell you something. I was really afraid to do this. Really afraid. I would take the tape. Can you see the tape? Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And now I breathe out of my nose. Breathe, and that cures basically sleep apnea. That doesn't cure it. You've got to still lose weight too, but it'll help you. And you think to yourself, you know what? I'm going to die because this side is congested or whatever, blocked, and I'm not. But believe it or not, you wouldn't believe how little air you need to live on. You wouldn't believe it. Okay. And Tough was there. That's a good point, Joodles. Yeah, Tough was here yesterday. So there we go. Let's get back on track. I've basically. Oh my God. Young communists tend to change direction when they leave university. Suddenly have to pay their own way in the world. Yeah, and you say, I don't want to give them any money. I don't want my country taken over. Lewis. Julian says this. Lewis. I've been on an all-meat diet for the last 6 months, and my arse looks like a badly packed kebab. What does that mean? How does a badly packed kebab look like? No, it does not. It does not look like that. What, because you're not pooing as often? That's just something you got to live with. Okay? Single Step is here. Bobcat Goldthwait, Goldthwait, Tarantino, Norm Macdonald, and Lewis Schaffer. These are the only people in show business that talk unfiltered in public. We are all are enormously entertaining to watch. Well, thank you very much. I mean, I do because I don't know if I do. Do I? I mean, I say things. Am I holding back anything? I do hold back a little bit. I'd like to think that you're hearing completely uncensored and you know, maybe. I like Tarantino. I've been watching the videos of him. But so Julian, what does your butt look like? What does your butt look like? Can we all, every time we sign in, say, you know, where we're from and how fat we are? It's not a joke. So I'm the most famous person. Well, that's really sweet. That's really, really sweet. As you know, I always say this because it's, as you say, you know, I've known, you know, a lot of you people I'm meeting here, but some of the people I've known for quite a while. I've known Lucy for quite a while. And she's been mad at me at times. Haven't you been? But I've never been mad at her. Anyway, I can't send one. You can't put a pic of me up. No one thinks it's your show. I don't know, what does that mean? I can send one. Send one of what, Leanne? Okay, I've skipped a few. Apologies. If join Discord. Let me find the thing for Discord. Let me just say this: if I miss you, if I miss something, I'm not being bad about it. I'm just trying to stay ahead of everything. I'm gonna find the Discord thing, okay, and put that up. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. Go to Discord. Okay, invite people. Copy. Okay, then I go back over here. I go here. I go here. Here's the Discord. I'm posting the Discord thing. Okay. All right. There you go. She knows. Joe knows the word alliteration. Yeah. I mean, I knew the word alliteration, but I've never used it. I've never used it. A minute behind, but you just got a flash of a. No, I'm not. No, I'm covered. It's covered. It's covered. Put your Patreon link up too. Isn't it on the? Isn't it up here? Let me just see where it is. Isn't it up here? Let me see. It should be. It should be here. It should be here. Here's the Patreon. There it is. I think this is it. I think this is it. Here's the Patreon. Okay, let's go back. Can you see that there? That's the Patreon. So Patreon is also PayPal. Where's the Lewis Schaffer PayPal? I mean, I should have all this thing in order, but I do not have it in order. I don't have it in order. I don't have it in order. Lewis Schaffer PayPal. Where is the PayPal? Okay. I forgot what the PayPal is. The PayPal is pay. I'm just doing this here. Just bear with me for a second. PayPal. This is the best show we've had, at least for me. I'm enjoying. I hope you. I mean, maybe you're not enjoying PayPal. Let me just get this thing here. PayPal.me/Lewis Schaffer. I think that's it. PayPal.me. I think you got to go in here. You got to sign up or something. I'm a little bit confused right now. Well, just bear with me. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. And we're back on track. Here is the PayPal. So you can send me. What's going on here? PayPal. I think this is the PayPal thing. Are you allowed to post this thing? Let's see if this is. Okay, so we're good. We're really, really, really good. Okay, let's go back on track. We're back on track. We're back on track. Okay. I missed a lot of the comments. Michelle Forcier's lawsuit should be coming down the track soon, Alan Williams, and it will be the start, mostly because she outed herself on the Matt Walsh film, What is a Woman? Okay. All right. Miss you peeing, Leanne. missed the you peeing bit. What did I can't even read anymore. I can't even read. This is when I'm tired. Okay. All right. So there's the PayPal, there's Patreon, and then there's the Discord. It's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So what's going on? What else is going on, everybody? We've got we're waiting for Holly to come, but she's not going to come anymore. I'm always being abandoned. I'm being abandoned. There's been a Lisbon funicular. That's the thing that goes up the mountains. That's a bit tragic. Yes, this is the best show we've done. Tomorrow's going to be better than this. But you got to basically build yourself up. You've got a lean butt. Is that what you're saying? You've got a very lean butt. Yeah, on a animal protein diet. Carbs are bad. Carbs are bad. Leanne says she loves the confusion section. It's usually when Holly comes in. Yeah, and there's Shishweavers coming in. Good to see you, Shishweavers. Good to see you. Am I pronouncing it properly, do you think? I don't think Holly's coming back. Abandoned. Did she abandon us, or did we abandon her? Or him? Maybe it's a her, it's a him. We didn't give her enough. If you don't yell at people, they get a bit bored, especially the disability people. And when I say disability, there are two kinds of disabilities: real disabilities, and then there's the people who are mentally disabled through the fault of not being paid attention to and loved as a child. Okay? As loved as a child. Joodles knows his PayPal better than he does, carrying that man. You're carrying that man, Joodles. Kind of, sort of, yeah. You're all carrying me. You don't even realize it. What kind of show would this be if you weren't here? What would I be talking about? I don't know. I've only been doing this for 86 days. Oh my God, there's a story, says Lucy, on the news about how a doctor who had both his legs amputated and claimed $500,000 in compensation. He was into amputee porn. Oh, so he did it himself. He wanted his legs, and Lucy is having a political comment on it, which saying he's a sick effer. Yeah, I don't know. Is that true? That's aptomenophilia, says Joodles. There's one where you love a woman's body, you're a guy, and you want to be a woman. Yeah, it's really tragic. There's so much craziness here, and you know why there is? Because these kids were not loved. There's a lot of not love. Like me, I didn't get as much love as I could have gotten, and it's made me who I am. So I'm not saying, oh, I'm lucky because of that. No, I'm mentally disabled, right? I'm mentally disabled, but there are so many people who are worse than me. Maybe some of us are worse. But we have to fight to be balanced and not balanced. I'm not balanced. Fight to be reasonable and normal. A surgeon had his legs cut off in order to satisfy an urge to mutilate himself. He loved amputation porn too. He was done for insurance fraud. So he had his legs cut off. So the surgeon did. That's really interesting. Ruben says, okay, well, anyway, Ruben, thank you for considering this. Thank you. There's no judgment I don't look at anybody and say there's no judgment, Ruben. But that is amazing. Amputation porn. Of course it is. And the fact that people are going along with it is tragic. Is tragic. You're going to pee. Lewis, my name is Joe. I am not fat. Okay. Because I said, when you come in, you could say hello to Say hello to me by introducing yourself. Are you missing comments, Leanne? And have all messages on? I don't know, politics, says Keith Bexley. He already told us it's pitifully low. What it told us about what, Donna? What did you say? Out of interest, how much do you get for a headliner show? You don't have to answer, just curious. Well, this is what I'm not going to say, because it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. People think the comedians make so much money. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for telling everybody. Thank you for telling everybody. I mean, it was nice that they paid me. It's nice that they asked me. I mean, I'm not angry about that. There was nobody watching the early shows, but, so I'm not angry. I'm not angry at any of this. But thank you, Leanne. Thank you very much. That's true. Yes. There you go. You're revealing the personal stuff about Lewis Schaffer. 150 pounds. It's not that much. It's not that much. And I have to be there I'm there from like 7 till 12. So that's 5. Which you would say, well, that's like 30 pounds an hour. That's a lot of money. But I have to leave the house at 6 and I get home at 2. So what is it? But everybody has to travel. So why are you complaining? It's like 30 pounds an hour. Because then somebody hears the stupid things that I say and they get angry at me. Donna, Leanne, is it pitifully low? I should make more money. But what is the point? They don't. What is the point? I like GB News. Okay, I like GB News. Lucy is saying political comment to who? What are you saying then? Yeah, I mean, the amazing thing about the entertainment business, and not even in this country, because like some of the top paying BBC person made like £1 million last year, $1 million for whatever Gary Lineker made. And you say to yourself, well, that's a huge amount of money. For you and me, it's a huge amount of money. But people in America are making tens of millions. They got those people on MSNBC making $20 million for one show a week. $20 million. Okay? $20 million. Leanne, please, when we make love, don't tell other people, please. It'll hurt their feelings. Okay? Please. I can't believe that was making whatever it is. So that's that. That is that. So we're on the home stretch. I should have something more prepared. I wrote down Angela Rayner. Because, I mean, she's just indicative of the labor politician. Okay, she's not even fighting for her, whatever she's doing. She's not fighting. You need people who are fighting. What's happened? No one's talking on the thread. Why is no one talking on the thread? Thank you, Julian, for missing me on GB News. I miss it. I miss being there. I miss being asked. But maybe I'm sounding desperate here. Maybe this sounds horrible. Why are you mentioning this, Lewis? Nobody needs to know that you're not on there. What do the really professional people say? We're in negotiations. We're talking to. We're talking to them. Everything's going to be fine. Or they say, I'm on hiatus. There's plans in the future. Where you just, or you turn on people. I'm not turn on people. I don't turn on people. David B is here. Good to see you. I missed you. I hope you're not still talking about ailments and the medical thing. Sorry. Lucy said I talk too much about that, about the medical thing. Do you know what it's like? Are you in good health, David B? Are you in good health? I'm sorry, I'm 20 minutes behind getting back to you. Okay? But there have been times I have not been in good health. When I had sleep apnea, I was waking up all the time. When I had gout, when I had plantar fasciitis, when I couldn't move my shoulder or my finger, when I had psoriasis all over everything. And now I don't have any of that. I'm in good shape. After this show is over, I'm going to put my shoes on. and I'm going to I'm going to walk. I can walk. I can walk. I can walk. And that's because of the medical advice that I'm giving you. So do you want to walk? You do. Listen to Lewis Schaffer. Although I'm not a doctor, and before you make any major changes, make sure you see a doctor, right? Okay, make sure you see a doctor. Leanne says, I love GB News too, and we all love you. Thank you very much, Leanne. Okay. It was, yeah, that's work. It's work when they call you up on the phone and says, we want to give you money to come in. That's work. It's a lot of pressure. And then if I say something that's wrong, and then I got yelled at for an entire year by Josh, fuck him. Okay, yes, Lucy, I don't think men have the first notion how much it affects them, especially teenage boys. Okay, what is that? Yes, Lucy. Yes, Lucy. Yes, Lucy. What are you saying? Pornography is out there making men cut off their own legs off, but we're still debating whether or not it affects how men see women. No pornography makes a man cut his legs off, and yeah. That's interesting, Lucy. So Lucy is saying, I've had a couple of conversations about pornography, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, pornography, even though I have partaken in it at times. But yeah, I mean, it's not good. Well, Lewis, I sent that message ages ago as you wanted to know. Yes, and you did send it. And let me say this to you, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for listening to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I do appreciate that. So thank you for sending that in. I think it's all good if we send in and we say, and I'm thin, I'm not, and even if you're fat, there's no shame. There is shame. It's called fat shaming, but we're all going to be nice and thin, and hopefully you'll thank me. Hopefully you'll thank me. It was nice that they paid. Yes, but now we're repeating myself. Yes, Lucy, I don't think men have the first notion how much it affects them, especially teenage boys. Yes. Yeah, it could be akin to female promiscuity, which affects women much in a great way. Is that possible, or does that sound bad? I'm not sure if that sounds bad. Definitely, Don. A couple of quid and a Weatherspoon's apple crumble, says Joodles. I don't know. I'm not. The show is disintegrated already. It's disintegrated. Yeah. I heard comedians are most alive in the late evenings as they have a lifetime of adrenaline for being on stage around that time. That's interesting that you say that. Yeah, I'm up late at night. I can't go to sleep. Anything before 11, I can go to sleep. If I go into bed at 10 o'clock, I can pass out. Then I'll wake up at 12, and I'll be like, yeah, that is very true, Keith Bexley. Lucy agrees with Alan. What does Alan say? Lucy, doctors can be monsters. So many should be sued. Yes, because they want people to think that they're great guys. I want people to think that I'm a bad guy, so that makes me so people think, oh, he must be a nice guy. Keith Bexley says it was a joke, Lucy. What did you say? But also making a very valid point that I agree with in Joodles. What was the joke? What was the joke about the guy cutting off his legs? It doesn't sound bad. Pornography can have an effect on young girls as well, and the way they see themselves. Yeah. But then again, it's always better to touch someone than it is to just look at other people getting touched or looking at other people and thinking maybe in a photograph. Lewis, maybe finish using alliteration. Have a go. Can be challenging. I know what alliteration is. I don't think I could use it. I don't think I'm that intelligent as much as I used to be. I used to be super intelligent. Joodles is anti-porn. You're anti-porn. You're anti-porn. Yeah. Yeah. We're anti. Yeah. I've changed my attitude about everything. I'm anti-abortion now. I'm anti-birth control. I'm anti-divorce. I'm anti all the things which pressed, all the things that we thought were good. I'm thinking maybe they're not so good. Should they be made illegal? I'm not so sure. Should they be frowned upon? Maybe. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. According to Joodles, porn is the primal cause. Would you say primary cause, though, of people cutting off their legs? I don't think so. I don't think they are. I think the society is broken down, and it's broken down. We want people who are healthy and strong and hairy, and not just the women, and who are strong, who believe in getting a wife or a husband or whatever it is. That's what I believe. I don't practice it. I'm here all by myself. You know. I tried to practice it. I tried, but I'm not anti-porn, Leanne says. I just think it can be harmful, especially for young minds. It depends on the situation as being used. Yeah. What didn't surprise me, because is women in porn. It's getting greater and greater. I think maybe more. It's getting great. Men maybe don't even look at porn anymore. They just don't. They just are staying away from all of relationships. So there you go. Lud says he's anti-pasty. He's against pasty, or before pasty. Yeah. Pasties. You're anti-pasties. Those are the things that go on the nipples. That's funny. Lud, very funny. Yes, the whole of society and culture has gone too far. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gone too far. It's gone too anti-pasta for Lewis. Yes, and pasties are those things that go on the things. Uh, yeah, yeah. That's gone too far. How do we get back? Well, we're gonna get back when the Islamic immigration takes over. When they ban. I don't know what they can do. What they can do. They want to change our country too much. In Spain, look at what happened to Spain. Remember once upon a time. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know whether I should be talking like this, but it's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point. Okay. Pasties are those things that go on the things. Never stop doing. Yeah, they're the things that go on the things. Am I allowed to say these things? You remember the movie The Graduate? There were the things that went on the things. I'm glad I made you laugh. Lewis, a great golden gig, a bit of alliteration. Great golden gig. It's where you use the. Yeah, a great golden gig. Okay. Keith Bexley's laughing. What are you laughing at? But thank you very much, Keith. How is the sound? I'm pretty far away from the microphone. I was like really too close to the microphone. Maybe that's what was happening. I was too close to it. Lewis. That's what Joe says. What do you think about maybe, what we could do? I've just figured out the answer. We could have polls, more polls. And then we could post the polls. And we could ask people what the answer to the polls are. Lucy says this. Now younger women are watching porn more and reading bestial monster literary corn. We got to call it corn. I've got to call it corn. At a recent related conference, this sounds like a news article, but okay, a bunch of women were sexually harassing men. Seriously. Well, was that out of fun? Or was that just because they wanted to get laid? Because, women want that too. Yeah, well, Julian says, so what are you saying, Lucy? You're saying women, yeah, women, I read a book called, what was the book called? It was at Women's Fantasies. It was by a very famous woman who's written in the 1970s. I forget what it's called. Anyway, and it's all women's fantasies. And now we're going to talk. Now we've got 10 minutes to talk about this, and you're not going to be happy with what I'm saying, but I mean it in a good way. That all of women's fantasies, generally speaking, in this book, My Secret Garden, it wasn't called that. It wasn't called My Secret Garden. What was it called? Magic Garden, Garden something? What was it called? It was called Garden Book of Women's Fantasies. Okay. My Secret Garden by Nancy Friday. Do you remember this book? You don't remember. It's too long. It's too long. But it was My Secret Garden. And it was from 1973. I was 16 years old. I maybe read it in 1975 when I was 18. Okay. Not the Garden of Earthly. It's called My Secret Garden. It's by Nancy Friday. It was quite a famous book. Okay. I'd be interested to know whether you've heard of this book. But it was of the age back in the day, okay? And it had a chapter on all the different fantasies, including the all-word fantasy, including fancy panties, including, all the different things that women like. And most of it, I'm not saying all of it, but most of it were all things that women wanted to think about, but no, very few. Most women do not like being all-worded. They don't like that. Okay? They don't like that. Let me just say something about Xi and Putin. Okay? Talking about transplants. That's what all guys that age do. What do you think I do? What do you think I'm doing now by talking about my health? I talk about this. Someone has a transplant. Oh, is that possible? How can it help? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And basically, Xi is in a great position because he could basically harvest as many kidneys and livers as he can. It was written by, what was written by trans author Garden of Stephen. I didn't say most women. I didn't say that. I did not say that. Why are you always hearing me wrong? I said this is a very famous book. It's about My Secret Garden. And in that book, which was a huge bestseller, that in 1973, it was highly praised. You can probably Google it. You can go to Wikipedia. Most of the things in the book are things that women, they're not quote-unquote real fantasies. They don't want it. I didn't just say it. I didn't say most women want. I'm saying in this book, Hi Tree Kermit is here. Hello. Hi Tree Kermit. Is that most women do not want. You did say that. I didn't say most women want to be R'd. I did not say that. And you're going to listen to it when on repeat. Okay, you could say it here. And you'll say you're sorry to me because you're a good girl, Lucy, and so is Joodles. You'll say, you didn't say that. I said that in this book, which was written in 1973. It included all the different things that women consider fantasies that they close their eyes and they think about. And those things are most of those things are not things that they would actually do. Most women don't what? What did I say most women don't do? Okay, hey Kermit. Well, what did I say, Lucy? I got to be careful with Joodles, because Joodles thinks that I'm always saying the worst thing. He does. That's what she does. She thinks, and you do too, the two of you with your bitter Northern Irishness, your horribleness. You think that I'm saying, and I'm not saying that, because I know, and I said it before I started talking. I know you're going to be upset with this. That's why I had to be careful with what I said. Okay, I'm saying men. When you have a book of men's fantasies, 90% of them are things that are quite within range. The wheels aren't falling off. You basically accuse me of saying something. I don't even know what you accuse me of saying something. But when men have a fantasy, Their fantasy is doable. You said, Lewis, let's go down to Cornwall because there's a place, whatever. Let's go to a sex club. I would go, oh, that's a good fantasy. That's a real fantasy. Okay? No, it's called My Secret Garden. It's a fantasy, which I could do. They say, Lewis, in the room next door is who's that woman who's like with the big boobs, who has the quote unquote good genes? Okay, is there? If you go in there, she'll like to have sex with you. I would go in. It's like a reasonable fantasy, Lewis. If somebody said, Lewis, you can have sex with 3 girls in that room, I would go, okay, if no one's going to find out about it, no feelings are hurt. Yeah. When can we have some more guests? We'll have guests soon. I don't like guests. I prefer this. Sorry, Don. I prefer this. Anyway. Only 3. Yeah. If you said 4, that's a reasonable fantasy to me. But if you said to a woman, there are 4 guys and they want to have sex with you, how many women would say yes to that? How many women would say, if you said, you go over there, you go out, you're going to be RA, whatever it is, all worded. You'd say, no, I don't want to do it. Yeah. 4 is one. Oh, you'd be on, no. 4 is too many. Yeah. But it's within range, and that's the difference. That's the thing about women. I think I've made a very good point here, and you can debate my point. You can debate my point. Yeah, those men, the men who write porn. I know men. I had a friend of mine who wrote porn in New York, and but that's different. Men want to realize their fantasies, but women fantasize about some things they wouldn't actually want to happen. Yes. I think that's well said, and I believe that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They might sit there and they do have fantasies, and if Leonardo DiCaprio was there, they would do them. But generally, there's lots of darker fantasies that women have that they would not want to realize. No, I've got to call Cressida too. I'm going to call up Cressida. Call Cressida. The thing is, I don't want to call anybody. I'm sorry I'm letting you down. Yeah, no. Okay. Are there blue pills available? Still seems optimistic. Yes. Yeah. It's like I went to a movie, 3 movies in one day in an LA theater when I was in LA, and I saw 3 movies. I didn't see 3 movies. I fantasized about it. I would bought the tickets for 3 movies, but I only saw 1 movie. Leonardo, ooh, no, thank you. Yes, you would. Maybe you wouldn't. You would. Maybe you would. Maybe you would. So Lucy, Joodles, okay, that's how I saw it. So do you take offense at that, Lucy? Joodles, do you take offense at what I said? I'm disagreeing. Sorry, guys. I'm just proof reading for a male friend. I have no words. What did I say? I said men want to realize their fantasies. But women fantasies, it's like you say to a guy, do you want to be part of 1,000 girl sex thing with Bonnie Blue? And you get 1,000 men. But you say that to a woman, and they say, no, thank you. What does that no, Lewis? You're right. What does that mean, no, Lewis? Am I right? I think you're right, Lewis. Okay, thank you, Lucy. Well, what does Joodles say? Does Joodles think I'm right? Okay? That's why you've got to be careful with women. They might say, this is my fantasy. But if a woman loves you, she'll close her eyes and think about you. If she doesn't love you, answer the question, Joodles. Do you think I'm right? Okay, I'm waiting for a response back. I'm waiting for a response back. We've got 29 viewers. We've had a good show tonight. Have we had a good show tonight? This has been one of the best shows that we've had. One of the best shows, I think. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but I'm telling you, it's one of the best shows. It's one of the best shows. Any show that girls get angry at me, I'm happy. The question you asked, am I wrong? And I said no. But it's a bit confusing. Is that not club members? Isn't that a bit confusing? Judel says, no, you're right. I mean, it is a bit confusing. I've been sat in traffic for 2 hours. I should have had this on. Laugh out loud. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. I don't know. Can it be on traffic? Or you just put it on your phone? I saw that Wonder Woman 1984 movie. It was horrible. You were the only good part of it, says Shanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was good. It was good. They didn't pay me any extra. I got nothing extra for that line. I meant it. It's written by a man, and it's a difficult read. That's all. What did you mean? What did you mean was written by a man? I don't know. Caroline Cooper comes in. You coming in with like 2 minutes to go, Caroline. How are you? How are you feeling? What are you talking about? Wonder Woman. Okay. So has this been a good show? I think it's been a good show. It hasn't been a show. Has it been diverting? The porn novel. Whose porn novel are we talking about? I forgot it. Remember, if it's high up in the thing, I can't remember what you're saying. It's not that you're not incredibly important to me. I've seen polls about barely having fantasies. I really don't get it. Is that what you've seen that? Okay, so maybe I'm right. Maybe that's why that book was a bestseller. Because basically, corn for a man is men's fantasies. It's like, oh, I want to touch that girl. Where women don't quite have as much fantasy that way. Lucy. It's definitely been diverting. That's the highest praise. I always say that if you can't be entertaining, be entertainment. No, I don't know. If you can't be funny, be interesting. If a woman loves you, she'll close her eyes and think about someone else. If she doesn't, it won't happen at all. There's something funny in that. Yeah, they'll think about somebody else. You know, they'll think about someone they think is really good looking, and that's a fantasy. Alan, you could have something there. Yeah, the women think about other women, I guess, and other men. I don't know what they do. Okay, let me thank everybody. Remember what we can do. Can we just do this? Can we go to the like button? Can we go to the subscribe button if you haven't? That's you, Kermit. There you go, Caroline Cooper. Can we go to the join button? Join button. Okay? Join the thing. That means 10 pence a day for this thing. At any point in time, you can cancel it. I'm going to look for Iggy Schaffer on this thing. I'm not going to look for it immediately. I'm going to run out the door so I can get my exercise in the little bit of sunlight there is left. You know, while summer still's here. Lewis, my male friend has written a porn novel, asked me to proofread it, and found it very difficult to give positive feedback. I was kind of horrified. But hey, yeah, I can imagine. You don't want to know what's in a man's mind. It's horrible, horrible stuff. That doesn't mean they're going to act out on it. But, you know, they might. I mean, maybe they might. So, Caroline Cooper, thank you very much. Leanne, thank you. Alan Williams, Lucy, Leanne, Judels, thank you. Lud, thank you, Joe and Donna, and Julian for coming in for the first time. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Who else? Step, whatever it is. Step, I should remember people's names. But thank you. Ruben, Julian, Keith Bexley, Lud, again. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm saying thank you for coming in here. I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Knock wood. Go to the Discord. Do you need the number for Discord? Go to it. You need the number for PayPal. Go to it. There's a PayPal thing. Go to the Patreon thing. If you Google up whatever, where is the PayPal? Let me find the PayPal. Let me find the PayPal. Here's the PayPal. You can send me £1. I don't know what we can do with the PayPal. I don't know what this is. Wait a second. PayPal. It's basically deleted it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I've said okay like a million times, but okay. All right, goodbye. Goodbye. Are we saying goodbye to everybody? Am I saying goodbye to you? Am I saying goodbye to you? I'm saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye. Go up the stream, or someone put the Patreon link in. Put the Discord link in. Put the PayPal link in. Join. Tell me you love me. Good night, chums. Good night, everybody. Good night. Okay, that's been great. I'm gonna go to end stream. You're gonna hear me in the background. Okay, but I think that's so funny, Lucy. The start and end streams are both muted now. It's fixed. We fixed it. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So it's muted. But Lucy asked, "Do I have any? Did I had? I love Giorgio Armani. I had AX, which is like the expensive jeans. I had money back then, a little bit of money. Did I have any of my suit? There's his suits, and I used to say yes. Like I used to point to my suit and say, "You see this suit? It's Giorgio Armani-ish, and it was pretty funny. Okay, thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.